Hello everyone, and welcome back to Foolish Mortals and my playthrough of the demo that was made available during the Steam Next Festival. And so far, we've learned that we are playing as Murphy McAllen, and we are looking for the treasure of the Balmore Manor. And we've learned of the tragic history behind the Belmore family, of the most likely murders of the Belmore brothers, who were the owners of the Belmore Trading Company, and of Abigail Belmore, who was first supposed to marry a sailor, but then...
The poster advertised billiards at the Captain's Club, with 3 billiard balls and 2 cues framing a cube of billiard chalk.
But on the day of the wedding, she told him that she did not love him, that she'd never loved him, and then announced to all the guests that she was marrying the first officer of the trading company, a John Rackham, I think he was called. Anyway, Rackham was his last name. Either way, then the entire wedding party disappeared, and no one knows what happened to them. Don't think we'll be able to get in here because we do not have a photo in our...
There was nothing in the fountain apart from a room of moss.
Captain's license. As we can see here, we need a photo, and the woman at the newspaper did not want to take a photo of us until
I glanced at the ledger on the podium.
we'd done something notable enough to get us in
Good
the
evening.
paper.
He looked past me like I was invisible, as though if he ignored me hard enough, there was a chance I'd disappear. I said good evening?
I suppose, if one's standards are low enough. Have you taken a wrong turn, sir?
I'm just having a look around.
Well, make it a quick one.
Who are you?
My name is Felix Greer, maitre d', bartender, and acting manager of the Captain's Club, when Mr. Perkins has his night off. And who, pray tell, are you?
Murphy McAllen. I'm looking for the lost treasure of Belmore Manor.
Oh, goody, another young adventurer seeking fame, fortune, or some combination of the two. Just what Dead Nettle's been lacking for local color.
Oh, and yes, we are on the island with the very nice name of Devil's Rock. And there's, of course, voodoo involved. After all, we are in the bayou.
What is this place?
This, sir, is the Captain's Club, a private members club for current and retired sea and riverboat captains. We are highly exclusive. Are you a captain?
He asked with a smugness that told me he already knew the answer.
I thought not. Then may I recommend a swift exit? You'll find a convenient egress approximately 180 degrees to starboard. If you like, I can give you a good swift kick in the right direction, sir. And don't feel a need to stop walking until your ankles get soggy.
Wow.
What do you serve here?
Captains.
Right, yes. I mean by the way of food?
The Captain's Club serves a dazzling array of sea-source dishes, from our house special jambalaya to my personal favorite, Devil's Rock Pancoza, hand-seared with lobster slaw and citrus crawfish beurre blanc. In all honesty, it's not very popular.
Blanc? It's beurre
Most
blanc,
of the clientele
sir.
are absolutely sick of seafood by the time they get ashore. Just the sight of it makes them groggy.
What about drinks?
Listen, if you're from the Prohibition Bureau, we've cleared all that up with Officer Moe. Fines were paid, things changed hands, and now we're clear.
I'm not from any Prohibition Bureau.
Then forget I said anything. The Captain's Club is strictly teetotal, in line with federal law. Now, if certain members wish to bring in their own medicinals, then we're happy to provide medicinal aids. Ice, tonic, mixers, and the like. But we serve no alcohol on the premises.
Of course not.
What can you tell me about Dead Nettle?
Do you think you've wandered into the local library? Should we gather around for story time?
I was just hoping to talk to someone obviously so knowledgeable about the area.
Well, yes, unfortunately I'm plagued with an encyclopedic knowledge of the local area.
How
My
fortunate.
concierge duties require it. I have a spiel. Welcome, hardy traveler, to our quaint port town of Deadnettle. Once this town you see around you was a hub of commerce, a beacon for ships bravely navigating between America, Europe, and the Caribbean. With the unfortunate dissolution of the Belmore Trading Company, our town has settled into a quieter life, perfect for the sailor ready to hang up their cap. We hope that you enjoy your time in our homely town and perhaps explore some of the local sights. With the Captain's Club always here as your home port.
If you're a captain.
Why was the Belmore Trading Company dissolved?
Well, you're taking me off script, but it really was quite the scandal. The 3 owners of the company vanished, and there was simply nobody left to run the company.
Yep.
Wasn't there anyone who tried?
The first officer of the company, Mr. Rackham, looked to step up, but he disappeared too. I do wish the company hadn't collapsed.
I bet lots of people share that wish.
I might have more customers if it hadn't.
And that's probably true.
What do you know about the lost treasure of Belmore Manor?
Do you think you're living in a storybook? Weathered maps, talking parrots, X marks the spot? Grow up, you silly boy. Captaincy is an accomplished skill which doesn't need belittling by childish tales like lost treasure.
Okay.
What do you know about the Belmore wedding?
You mean the disappearance of the Belmore wedding?
Oh,
On
yeah.
moonlit nights when the waves crash against the rocks, the captains of this club trade yarns about this very mystery. Did you know Abigail Belmore's fiance was a sailor who worked on the ships? Some of the old boys here even worked with him. They say he loved her, as true as a captain loves the sea. But she was a temptress, a siren who scuttled that sailor's heart.
What did she do?
After months of engagement, she broke it off and chose to marry an officer of the company instead, on their very wedding day.
Who was the man she chose to marry instead?
John Rackham, a landlubber who only used the bounties of the sea to fill his coin purse. But the Belmores harnessed his ambitions for the company, his expertise at imports and exports.
Why did she do it?
What many people don't know is that mysterious things had been found on one of the company voyages to the Caribbean. Mystical things, some say.
What did they find?
The crew was sworn to secrecy by the Belmore brothers, and all of the men were loyal enough to keep their word. But the rot in the rope was that sister, Abigail. People say that the discovery took hold of her. With the broken heart of the sailor and the resources of the officer, she was about to unleash something terrible. Perhaps it was a good thing that they all disappeared.
Do you think that's true?
Of course not. It's all nonsense. But the captains do love to outperform each other with such tales on a dull evening.
Like fishermen.
What makes you think I'm not a captain?
Well, for one thing, you lack the grizzle, the crustiness, the essential R of a captain.
How do I get those?
Years of exposure to salt water and sullen, uncooperative crew members, I should think. Tell me, have you ever captained a 3-rigger through a tropical typhoon? Have you ever run the rapids of the Mississippi without hitting a single reef? Wind in your sails, fire in your furnace, waves beneath your keel?
Have you?
Well, it's more complicated than that.
In what way?
I get seasick.
Is there any way to prove I'm a captain?
You might show me your captain's license. As I'm sure you know, the state of Louisiana requires all captains, both sea and riverboat, to carry one. But don't try to foist me off with a fake. Last week, we had someone present a license with a photograph distinctly unlike their contemporary appearance. The photograph was clearly of someone a good deal older than them, with more facial hair and, most importantly, one less eye.
You know, I must have left my license in my other pants.
Certainly, sir. Hopefully I'll be able to read it, seeing as I was apparently born yesterday.
I best be casting on.
Don't feel the need to rush back, sir.
I didn't like him at the start, but he definitely grew on me. Alright. Puppet theater? Okay.
Gruff mumbles emanated from inside the puppet theater. Obviously, preparation for tonight's show was already underway.
Passageway. Is there anything else over here before I investigate the passageway?
I tried the door. It was locked.
I'm not really. No. I'm not really sure why I was allowed to try that door, but not other doors, but okay. Anyway, let's keep going. Couldn't open the door, so. Oh, okay, so that was just that. I'm guessing that that would just bring me there, so I don't really need to talk to him every time. So I need to do something noteworthy enough to put in the paper, which honestly doesn't say much because considering what she was planning to write about the lost dog, doesn't really feel like there's a lot for me to try to do. I guess I could fill that up. I don't know why I would, but I can try that.
I filled up the bottle with the swamp water.
I have not seen any sign of any chalk.
It was the taxidermied fish I'd taken from the riverboat, with a ripped seam opening up to the stuffing inside of it.
Huh. Don't really know what to do. There wasn't anything to do here, right? Oh, wait a minute. Did not see this place.
From the gathering moss and rust, it was clear the patio set hadn't been used in decades.
Doesn't matter. Oh.
So much for good luck.
A horseshoe.
I picked up the horseshoe that assaulted me. It was heavy. Very heavy.
Alright. Can we put the horseshoe in the fish?
With the ripped seam as an opening, I placed the horseshoe inside the taxidermied fish. Now it was heavy.
But can I use that? Or do I have to put the seam back together? That's the question. Not sure why he went into that place again, but okay.
Matt, does that say what I think it does?
It sure
Hold back
does.
on me. That breaks my record.
McAllen! You just broke the island fishing record.
Not really.
How did you
but
hear
okay.
about this so fast?
It's my job to know about things fast. Now, I'm doing the questions here. So
Alright.
what led to this unbelievable turn of events? Years of practice? Or a 1 in a million fluke? Did the fish just jump into your lap as you walked the quayside? Was the fish dropped by a passing seagull?
Would have been a pretty darn big seagull.
Yep.
Just beginner's luck, I guess.
As I suspected, well, as much as it pains me to say it, you're the cover story on this evening's edition of the Juniper Parish Gazette, and
Nice.
this is why I'm not getting a Pulitzer.
I'm not sure why you're taking so many photos, but
I've got to
Okay.
hand it to you, Mac. That fish is a whopper. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
uh-huh.
I'd had enough of carrying the suspiciously heavy fish around. I decided to leave it there.
So, can I get one of the pictures? I wonder.
Murphy, have you seen the cover of the evening edition? I think we caught your personality perfectly in that photograph. Naive, simple, unsophisticated. Makes it all the more surprising that you actually accomplished something.
I wonder if I should have it framed.
That will cost you.
I picked up the newspaper. The fewer people that saw it, the better.
Island newcomer breaks fishing record.
The headline read, "Island Newcomer Breaks Fishing Record," with my photograph printed in black and white.
Yesterday's record-breaking catch of the Pencosa fish by local piscator Ned Kipps has been almost immediately smashed by a newcomer to the island, tourist Murphy McCallahan. Callahan? That's not my name. Kipps had managed to catch the heaviest Pencosa fish since records began nearly 8 decades ago, but it proved no match to the vagrant newcomer with a face communicating naivete, simplicity, and bewilderment. Murphy McLean, seriously? Struggled to find the words to communicate his unlikely accomplishments. Was it beginner's luck? Foul play? Well, yes. Well, at least you remembered Murphy each time.
The photograph was going to fit perfectly in the license, but I didn't want to risk ripping it. I needed a way to cut it out.
Yeah.
Carefully, I cut my photograph out of the newspaper.
Perfect.
I stuck the cutout photograph onto the still tacky interior of the captain's license. It was convincing enough.
I mean, that's not really up to me to decide. Huh? It's pretty nice. Alright. Well, let's see if it works. Will it fool the maitre d'? Hello. Found my out of pants.
My credentials.
You're telling me you are a captain?
I
Yep.
trust it's all in order.
Look, Sonny, the bylaws of this club only allow the club manager to verify a captain's license. And Mr. Perkins is enjoying his backgammon evening with Mrs. Perkins and the ladies this evening, with strict instructions not to be disturbed. So I'll be accepting this tonight, but try this again tomorrow night and it'll be another story. Now, with that said, a warm and hearty welcome to the Captain's Club.
Why, thank
we
you.
sincerely hope you make use of and enjoy our facilities, and do please let me know if I can be of any assistance at all.
Wow. Definitely
wasn't going to
singing a
damage
different
the
tune
statue.
now. Well, let's see if we can find some more information.
While I was trapped on Devil's Rock, a map of the world wasn't going to be much use to me. The cabinet was locked. I considered playing a game, but billiards without the balls and cues wouldn't have been very engaging.
No, I don't really know how you even do it. That's it. Oh.
It was locked.
Oh, wait. Billiards. Chalk! Hey, I've got my chalk. I just need the coffin nails. Okay.
I placed the chalk into the gree-gree.
Yeah, still need the coffin nails though. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything else of interest here. Or that I can do. Could turn the fans back on. Don't really see anything else that I can do here. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get the coffin nails. I'm gonna guess that I already have what I need.
The fishing net was so worn it looked like it might fall apart at any moment. It wasn't going to be of any use to me.
Okay. Guess that's good to know. And I don't need to bother with it. Is there anything else I can do here? Can I use that?
I did need to pour water on that. 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 I did need to show him that.
So what do I need? Yeah, I know I need to get nails. Oh.
One eternity later.
There it is.
I tied the twine to the uneven table and took up a hiding spot behind a nearby wall. It was time to wake the dead.
I am glad that he does it automatically.
Hello? Hello? Why is it so dark in here?
Huh? Who's that?
I'm stuck! Help! Help!
If that's you kids.
Get me out of this thing!
Oh, no, not again. Mister, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I was told... Mister? Oh, God darn it. Next time I see those kids, I'm gonna have a lineup of Pee-wee coffins ready for them. See how they like being scared out of their wits.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that I am very quiet when walking. Either that or he's hard of hearing. And I'll just take those.
I picked up the handful of discarded coffin nails from the tin.
Yeah. And add those to
I
the
placed the
gree-gree.
coffin nails into the gree-gree. I've done it. All 5 ingredients for the summoning spell. Now I needed to head back to the Spirit Queen.
We will go to the Spirit Queen in the next episode, because this one has gone on for long enough. So, I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Please consider liking the video, and if you would like to see more content moving forward, then subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell to be notified about my latest videos.